Here with us. How you doing, Bien?
I'm doing great, bro. How
Good to
are
have
you?
you here, man.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. So, you and I were having a conversation, right? And the last time you were here was 2018.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is.
That's a long
It's
time.
a long time. I apologize for being a lousy neighbor.
But you've been in Nigeria like a few times after that, haven't you?
Too many times, man.
Yeah.
Too many times. I even have a Nigerian name.
What's your Nigerian name?
Amuludu.
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 Okay. Who gave you that, by the way?
Bana's mom. Bana's mom.
That's nice.
It's all good. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. And every time you come to Nigeria, you better stop by.
I always do. In fact, guys, I married a Nigerian.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Who?
My wife is Nigerian. From Imo State.
Oh.
I'm from Imo State.
You see? From your village.
What's her name?
Chikwere.
Are you sure?
Here she is. I have to walk around with the evidence.
It's all good. Hi, Chikuri, how you doing? But good to have you here.
Thank you.
So first off, right, let's get straight into it. We usually get to ask this when we kick off the show and when we have a guest. How good or how bad on a scale of 1, pretty bad, on a scale of 10, very good.
Yeah.
How bad or how good was the traffic getting here?
To be honest, it's a public holiday today. It was smooth.
I thought you didn't.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't know that.
And yesterday too. I landed yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's been smooth for me. It's been 2 public holidays.
Okay, so
And I figure Lagos doesn't have any traffic.
Because of the public holidays.
No, just naturally. I think you guys are very organized.
just keep it that way. Just keep it that way. It's fine like that. Just keep it that way.
I have been in Lagos traffic before, guys.
Yeah.
I know.
It wasn't funny,
it is.
right?
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
So he was being sarcastic. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, get it now.
Yeah.
So good.
Anyway.
I nearly took a piss over the highway into the water just because I was so pressed.
Thank God you didn't do it. Thank God you didn't do
Yeah,
it.
thank God I didn't do it, man.
Yeah, we'll have you on the blogs, right?
Okay, then. Talk to us about your music journey.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yep.
From being in a band
Yeah.
to being solo.
Yes.
How has it been?
Yeah.
Which one, if you were to go back, would you rather still remain in a band because of how the journey is now,
Yeah.
or would you prefer it the way it is now?
I think they're both very significant parts of my journey. Being in South Soul
Yeah.
is such a blessing. I couldn't have picked a better way to start my music career.
Okay.
South Soul has, of course, worked with a lot of big Nigerian artists, like from Burna to David to Wiz, Tiwa, AG, everybody.
You forgot to mention my favorite song.
Who?
The one with Pato Rankin.
Pato, Melanin,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Pato, that's my brother, man. That's my brother, and over the years. And so just coming back here as a solo act. The last time I came to City FM, I came with a band, and now I'm
Yeah.
coming as a solo act.
Yeah.
And it's teaching me a lot about myself. It's also teaching me that I need to keep on, if I want to keep on doing this thing, I have to build it from scratch again. And I'm ready to do the work. I'm excited for where this journey is taking me.
Yeah.
And I like what I've been able to achieve so far. I
Yeah.
put out my album, Alusa Why You Topless, and it was #1 in East Africa, and soon to top charts in Nigeria.
There we go.
Yeah, and my wife is my manager, and she's Igbo, so we're making the money.
Yeah,
You're making progress for sure.
Love that part. But
Yeah,
still
man.
on the band thingy, what would you say is like the sauce? And when I say sauce, I mean SAUCE, like the sauce, the ingredient of, a long-lasting band in a sense. Because I don't think we
Yeah.
have that in Nigeria. We have the likes. I mean, South
Yeah.
Africans have that, so maybe Kenyans.
Even in the continent now, I don't
But
think
it's very rare.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare in the continent now, mostly because I think a lot of the kids are very centered around the selfie, and everyone is about themselves.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to find a bunch of people who are together, who are willing to make art together and present themselves as such.
Yeah.
It's brotherhood, it's friendship over everything, over the amount of music you make. Even right now with Sauti Soul, they still come to. We still have dinner in each other's houses.
That's amazing.
Because music was not why we came together. We were just a bunch of guys who are foolish, and we are friends.
Yeah.
And that foolishness is what I can say is the secret ingredient. That's the sauce.
So you can
It's
say
foolishness.
got you here.
Yeah, and when I say foolishness, it's just making fun,
No,
having
yeah,
fun,
like,
obviously,
yeah.
obviously.
doing
Just fooling
nothing,
around.
just fooling around, messing
Yeah.
around, and you make magic in the process.
Big shout out to you. I love that answer, by the way. But still kind of like focusing on this same question that we've been asking, right? Because when we check out your social media, when we check out Southeast Soul social media, you guys still post what you guys are doing, what you guys are
Yes,
up to.
yeah.
Like it's a healthy thing, right? Even though
Yeah.
when something ends, you can tell when something is healthy. Like
Yes.
it's very, very obvious that it's
Actually,
healthy.
let me explain to you guys something. I don't understand why in African culture bands have to split up with animosity. And I've
Yeah.
seen it in Nigeria, man. I won't mention, but it breaks my heart to see P Square fighting. Why? For Sauti Soul, before we parted ways, we actually had a life coach, and we did therapy together because that's a marriage.
Yeah.
And we did conscious uncoupling to make sure that wherever we are headed, we're supporting each other in our dreams and our journey. In my album, there's production credits from my brothers who used to produce for Sauti Soul. Likewise, I'm a songwriter in their work to date. And we've maintained a very, very healthy relationship. And everything we build together shall continue, because there will be another Sauti Soul season another time in my life, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to the reunion. I hope the fans are. And I just think it's very important as Africans to understand that there are healthy ways of people exploring their individuality without there being prejudice.
Now, I love the fact that you mentioned P Square as an example, because we know that they were big in your country, like a lot of people.
They're still big in
like,
what do you mean?
It was massive in your country.
What P Square did in the continent is still there. We still feel the
impact. It's crazy. So how heartbroken were you when you found out that they split?
Especially because they're twins.
Yes.
It's extremely heartbreaking, and I would understand why then the fans would look at Sauti Soul and be heartbroken.
Exactly.
Because I felt it when P Square parted ways.
Yeah.
I felt some type of way when I saw them putting out singles successfully by themselves, you know. But I understand now that it is part of their journey, and their reunion, of course, was glorious.
Yeah, the reunion was glorious,
Yeah,
because
so-
like we most of the time we get to talk about how big they were in the country, but we don't really get to touch base with how big they were outside the country. And just like we said in Kenya as
Guys,
well, like it was crazy.
P Square is an enigma, and it's like one of the biggest foundations, the biggest foundation blocks of Afrobeat is
Yeah.
P Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to us about where you are right now as an
Actually,
artist.
I have a crazy P Square story.
Yeah, what's that?
We were at the Mama MTV Awards in South Africa, and every time we were nominated against P Square, we lost, of course. I didn't even consider myself in a category if I saw P Square was there with Sauti Soul,
Yeah.
because I knew that's gone.
Yeah.
And we were in the urinal taking a piss,
Okay.
and Peter walks in,
Oh, okay.
and he's like, "Sauti Soul, oh my God, man, I love your music." And that was the award for me. That he knows who we are. You know?
Why didn't you have that on video?
I wish we didn't have videos. but that was the award for me. You know, that's how much I revere P Square.
Fantastic. Now, where you are right now as an artist, the transition, like talk to us about the hardest part of going indie from Sauti Soul, even though it's not in every sense of the word indie, but like you're a solo artist now.
Yes.
Talk to us about the hardest part of that transition for you.
I talk about the hardest part and how I've been able to overcome it.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, when you're in a band and you have demons in your head, there's 3 other people who don't have the demons and they can push. And it's so easy for you guys to like always make sure you're making steps.
Yeah.
Even in moments when you're not feeling your best. And right now, as an individual, when I'm not feeling my best, the whole business is at a standstill. And I've been lonely. I've had moments of mad self-doubt. I've had all of those things attack me all those demons attacking me in different spaces and times. But my wife, who's been my manager, has been a rock for me. So I don't think I'd be able to do it solo that easy.
Big shout out to Chikwere.
Yeah, big shout out to Chikwere, man.
Yeah.
And all my people in Imo State. Hey! But I think that's how I've been able to, overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, then. So, as a solo artist now, what's that thing that you've been intentional about in the course of your career after the disbandment? Like that one thing, maybe for your songs, the songs that you drop, maybe you've been intentional about the lyrics, how you write it, maybe to not use curse. Well, I don't know, but like, what's that one thing you've been intentional about? Or 2
I've
or
been
3?
intentional about making sure that every lyric in all the songs is good energy. Yeah, I think Afrobeats is a positive force in the world, and African music in general right now is celebrated globally because it's a positive force. So I know the power of the music. I know the power of adding gang violence in the music and what it does to poison the sauce, So I'm so intentional about the lyrics to make sure that everybody just feels good, and the lyrics speak to this moment as a feel-good moment.
I'm loving this conversation for sure. Now let's talk about, if everybody has been following you, right, what you've been doing for the past few months, they would know one thing. You really don't like shirts, right? So You really don't like shirts.
I'm in a shirt now, bro.
Not exactly. You really don't like shirts, right? And what's up with this shirtless thing? That is the name of your tour? Like, what's going on? What's up with that? What's
the
with
name
the
of the album is Alusa, Why Are You Topless?
Why Are You Topless? Yeah.
And it comes from a moment. There's a song that Sauti Soul did many years ago called Nishike, where we were whining topless. And the crazy thing about that song is when we put out that song, at that time, it was considered pornography. Like, when you watch it now, it's nothing. But at that time, it was considered an abomination, simply because we were a bunch of church boys and now we were going rogue.
Yeah.
And we didn't get employment, so gigs in Kenya for like a minute.
Because
it was like 2 quiet months.
Because you guys committed an
of
abomination.
People punishing us. But that is the moment when we went continental. And that's the first time we came for a show in Nigeria. That's the first time we came for a show in Tanzania. That's the first time we started going outside the borders. That's the music that took us to the next level. And now that I'm on a solo act and I'm going to the next level, I need the audacity that I had in that topless moment to carry me through.
Yeah.
And so that's why being topless is like a blank canvas. There's no, you can't pickpocket a naked man. When you don't have anything on, you're vulnerable, you're bold, you're everything you are. And when you get home in the evening and you take off your shirt and you sit on your couch, that's freedom. So that's comfort.
Now, this question I'm asking for both of us. So the next time we come to your concert, we should come topless.
I can't.
If that makes you happy. If that makes you happy, guys, please, you're invited. But Alusa is actually my name from the village.
Okay.
So Alusa, why are you topless? Is Bien, come on, man, why are you topless? And that's why. Because this is a moment of being audacious.
All right. What else does Bien love to do? What else are you so particular or passionate about aside music? I think it's something related to sports.
Yeah, okay. I love fitness. I work out a lot. Like, it's part of my life, ingrained. I love basketball. I play basketball a lot as well.
Yeah, you have the height, so yeah.
How tall are you?
He is
How tall do you like
he's
them?
6'4".
No. I'm 6'3", 6'4".
6'4", yeah.
Yeah.
I can
But
just
he's
measure.
taller than you.
Yeah, he is. Can you not say that on radio?
I'm telling you, girls will embarrass
He's taller than you. No, I'm just saying, like, because you're 6 something too.
6'1".
But like, okay,
6'1".
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Anyway.
It's not a problem.
So you're very outspoken
Yeah.
on Twitter, and especially about political matters. I saw one tweet that you did just checking when you were coming upstairs.
Yes.
About the government and how it's lazy. I can't really say
Yeah.
verbatim what you've said, but it's
Yeah.
like, is there something happening in Kenya that made you tweet that?
Yes. Currently, what is happening in Kenya right now is the government is trying to push a new tax bill that has some ridiculous demands in taxing the people of Kenya in order to raise money for the government.
Huh?
So there's all kinds of very weird tax things. If I'm to mention one, if you're above the age of 25, you have to pay, and you live with your parents and you're jobless, you have to pay 300 shillings a month as tax. It's just, some things that are ridiculous. And anyway, I feel like a government that taxes its people to raise money is a lazy government, because they haven't looked at other aspects of how they can maybe curb corruption, how they can monitor their spending, how they can do all of these other things that will have the same effect. So putting that burden on the people who are working super hard to maintain your lifestyles, your cars, your corruption and everything is super unfair. And today there was a big protest in Nairobi.
Yeah. I was even going to ask about that, the protest in Nairobi. Now, the funny thing is, we have some people, some Kenyans, and I think we kind of say this everywhere, whereby some people, the majority are fighting for a good cause, but you're going to have some people within those people that they are fighting that good cause for, coming out to be against that cause. And I saw some people in Kenya, I was like, okay, I thought everybody was like fighting towards the same goal.
I think any sensible person, it's like NSAS. I don't know if I can say that on radio.
No,
100%.
But it's like NSAS. Any sensible person who is looking at it from the outside in can tell that if it's good versus evil, you can tell where the good is and where the evil is. Any sensible Kenyan can tell that finance bill is trash. So anybody who you've seen fighting the finance bill is not a progressive Kenyan.
Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of Kenyans fighting the finance bill. I'm like,
it's crazy.
I'm like, okay, so what do we believe? Who do we believe? Because they go about constructing tweets, and you're like, okay, is this person making sense? I'm not in Kenya. I don't know exactly what's going on. So why can't everybody speak?
If you're on the
voice?
ground, the people are tired. Yeah, the people of Kenya are tired of being, put in situations where they're between a rock and a hard place financially.
Yeah.
Our kids need to go to school. We need to be able to afford a basic living.
Yeah.
Commodities need to be affordable. Fuel needs to be affordable. We need service delivery to be in tip-top shape. And so we are on the streets until we get what we want, and we will.
And you support the street movement for sure.
I support them 100%. Yeah, and actually, by the way, let me give it to the Gen Z community in our country.
Yeah.
Because it's the kids who've gone to the street this time. And that hits hard. Yeah, because usually their voice isn't heard, Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we see you trying to call us. You can just leave a message if you have questions or you want to chat to Bien at the moment. Just leave it on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403 because we won't be able to take your calls. And talk to us about the remix to Macheri with Fally Ipupa.
Yes.
First off, how's that pronounced? Macheri, right?
Macheri.
Yeah, Macheri.
Macheri.
There's a Macheri, right?
Yeah, you see, you got it, man. You got it.
This is the remix, right?
It's the remix. Yes.
Fally Ipupa, like that collaboration. That's another
French
legend.
and
Fally Ipupa is a legendary musician. First of all, I just want to thank him. I know wherever he is, just thank him for jumping on the remix of that beautiful song.
Yeah.
The song was already a hit in my territory where I'm from.
But what extra does Fally Ipupa bring to the record?
He just brings that pizzazz, that French pizzazz, Fally Ipupa with winding his waist, and he's a ladies' man, he's a ladies'
Fine
choice,
boy.
Fine boy, man. So just him jumping on the remix does a lot, did a lot for the song in the French market.
Yeah.
And besides the business decision, he's an amazing musician. He brought his voice, he brought his energy, and it was more beautiful.
I mean, there is no way we can ignore this, but you seem to have a very good music relationship going on with not just music, outside the music as well, with Adekunle Gold. Talk to us about that. You guys saw a game together, sitting courtside together.
Yes, I was courtside with the AG the other day. My next single is titled Wahala.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a single featuring AG and Shine.
Okay.
And me and AG have just been friends for the last 10 years.
Last 10 years?
Plus, yeah. From the first time I came to Lagos in 2014.
Okay.
AG has always been just a close brother, and seeing the evolution of AG has inspired me even now as I'm doing a solo journey.
Yeah.
Like, he's my personal advisor. Like,
Go-to
when I open my DMs, he's always advising me, like, just this is how you should move, this is where you should go, from which promoter to work with, from processing my US visas and everything. Like, AG is just a real brother, man.
Right. Okay, so it's only fair that we get to check out the record right now. This is Macheri, the remix by Bien and Fally Ipupa. Let's go.
Merci.
I promise that this is how I'm always going to pronounce it, but let me just try. Yeah, it's fine. Big shout out to you for that one. With Fally Ipupa, do you have a video for the song out already?
Yes, the video is out. Actually, it was out last week. Yeah.
Okay, and so usually we'll get to ask this questions, right? When was this song recorded? Because most of the time, you know how your artists can be. You can have a song, put it on the hard drive. You don't get to release it until the time is right. So when particularly was this song recorded?
The original song was recorded in London in August last year.
Yeah,
okay. And
the one with Fally Ipupa?
No, the original.
Okay.
Fally Ipupa is the remix.
Yeah, the remix.
The original, and I actually was produced by Sammy Soso. Sammy Soso is the producer of Water and all of Tyler's new music. Yeah, so he's an amazing Ghanaian guy who I got the privilege to work with. Yeah. And then I met Fally at the Grammy Awards in February this year.
Yeah.
And we were just vibing, man. And actually, we were at a party, and Jules was a DJ there, and Jules played the Macheri single original. And Fally was like, I like this song. I was like, it's my song.
Yeah.
And just like that, I managed to twist his arm to jump on the remix, and he was so graceful, man,
Amazing.
So I have a personal question, and I hope you do not get offended by that.
Never.
But looking at you, it's just reminding me of someone who works here, and I just have to ask you because we'll play. Yeah, we'll definitely play this part for him.
Okay.
What does it feel like to be bald?
So the album before this,
he loves it.
The album before Alusa, Why Are You Topless, that I did was titled Bald Men Love Better.
Yeah, I remember.
Is that true?
And I want to bounce the question to you. Have you ever been with a bald man?
No.
Then you're missing. So it feels great to be bald, man. It's a lot, it's a bigger face to wash, definitely. But less hair to comb, and just good vibes, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Amazing.
bald people don't have wahala. You just.
So people like this have wahala.
I haven't said that.
This one we have. He has a lot. You know what? It's fine. She has a lot. I'm
No.
like
No, Casey, you missed it.
But I'm big on the bald
men
positivity movement.
do not have wahala. That means
Yeah.
you, with your hair like this, you have plenty.
I heard you.
Maybe
I was
he's
trying to
bald
deflect
inside.
it back
Don't deflect.
to him in his office. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
If you were bald, maybe you'd be married by now.
Yeah.
We
Oh, yeah. I have to play. I have to play the applause. That was nice. That was good.
Oh Lord. Goddamn.
The next interview we have, make sure you skip it.
No, but what would you say?
Don't
What
worry.
would you say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Don't worry.
But yeah, what's your favorite food in Kenya? When I visit, I want to eat that.
Yeah, they have a lot of
Ugali.
delicacies.
Ugali is like
Ugali.
our version of pounded yam.
Yeah.
And then we have so it's like vegetables called mrenda.
Okay.
It's like okra.
All right.
It's very slimy. And then with fish.
Have you tried jollof rice?
Of course, I'm married to a Nigerian, guys. I've eaten all kinds of
But
jollof.
no,
is she like Nigerian?
I was
Like I don't know, man. I don't know. You have a Nigerometer to measure?
I was heading somewhere. Have you tried Ghanaian jollof rice?
I have tried Ghanaian jollof.
You know where I'm heading, right?
I know where this is headed, guys.
Okay, there we go.
Answer, which is better?
Two things can be right at the same
Oh,
time.
you can't be
Lord.
diplomatic
God
on
has
You know,
this
been
show.
the best.
guys, I can't come here and cuss out my Ghanaian
You
people.
can't be diplomatic.
You can't
Nah.
put me on the fence. I'm just gonna say.
Then you can say Nigerian jollof is better,
Nigerian
but
jollof-
Ghanaians have this that is very good. That,
Okay,
you
here's
know.
what I think.
Yeah.
I think Nigerian jollof is spicier.
Okay.
Yeah, like you guys are big on the pepper, but neither Nigerian jollof
Yeah.
nor Ghanaian jollof can touch Kenyan pilau.
Now you just
Drop
made things
mic.
worse. You just made things worse, and it's fine.
Is that rice too?
Yeah, pilau is rice.
Okay.
Yeah, and its roots are in India. It's a very East African
Okay.
dish, and it's beautiful. You guys will love it. Yeah.
Okay.
I know a place in Lagos where I could try that. They,
Pilau?
They do everything.
Yeah, and we make it with
I'll hook you
chicken
up
or
with
with
that.
beef
Yeah.
in the rice. It's
Amazing.
A1.
So usually before we wrap this up, most of the time when we get to have people come into the country, artists, we get to always ask them because there's something that almost everybody has to experience before they go back. Have you been to Obi's house?
Last night,
Oh,
Let's talk about it.
man.
How was the vibe?
I'll be honest, man, guys. What was that on a Monday night?
That's what it is.
I'm telling
Every
you, man.
Monday.
I was
That's what it is.
blown away, man. I just had like the last time I was in Nigeria and I felt that was when I went to the shrine in Ikeja.
Oh, okay.
And just being in Obi's house last night was a
Was
spiritual
crazy,
thing.
man.
Yeah, it was spiritual to see how people have just come together. The music was amazing. The DJs were phenomenal. Like, oh my God, I anybody who's listening to me
Yeah.
from Kenya right now or from anywhere in the world, you must go to Obi's house.
So you just heard it from the number one Amuludo by himself.
Amuludo.
Yeah, there we go. He said you have to be at Obi's house.
Yeah.
He's married to a chick where, I mean, he knows what he's talking about, right?
But
The
also,
wife
I have a song. I have a single with Obi.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Yeah.
why I'm in Nigeria right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Talk to us about that single. real
yeah, the
quick.
single is called "Take Me Away."
Yeah.
DJ Obi featuring I Am Fair and myself, Bien.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I met Obi at the Grammys as well for the first time.
Okay.
He was playing at the Grammy parties, and he came over to our apartment in LA, and we chopped it up, came up with this beautiful song.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of what he's been able to achieve, and I'm happy to be part of his journey.
All right.
Yeah,
all
this
right.
is like the first single I've seen Obi push with his heart.
With everything.
So
yeah.
with his everything, and I'm happy to be part of something that someone is pushing with his everything.
But I gotta say something, right? Ben, I really enjoyed this interview. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming through and sharing all you shared with us. And we hope that we could do this again. Definitely
100%.
when next you come
It
to
won't be
Nigeria.
6 years from now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But just before you go, who would you like to work with? What can we expect from you before the end of the year? Like, is there something else in the works?
And before the end of the day, I have so many features coming right up after my Masheri remix is my song with Adekunle Gold and Shine,
Okay.
titled Wahala.
All right.
Thereafter, so many features. I'd love to work with Fireboy. I said that earlier in my previous interview. I love Fireboy. I love Bloody Civilian. I think she's dope as hell. And anybody else who's willing to work. To be honest, I'm an open book, and I'm here to work. So if you're listening right now, you're a Nigerian musician, producer, content creator, anything,
They can
I'm
hit
here
you
to
up.
work. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram.
So what do you think about, what do you love about the Nigerian market compared to like this is the biggest market in Africa?
Yeah,
but like,
it is.
What do you feel like
In the world now, I think.
To be honest, right?
It is,
so what do you feel about the market? Like, do you feel like it's something every African market should emulate?
100%. I think it's something that every African market should emulate. And when you listen to us in our slang, in everything we've done previously to now, we were always borrowing from the American slang in terms of how we express ourselves in our songs. We were always borrowing from the islands, like we have to go, we have to do this,
Caribbean.
And now I feel like it's time for Africans to own our own slang. And when I say Wahala, that is us. That's Nigeria. That's everybody in the continent.
Amazing.
I love how you guys have owned this journey.
We love it.
I love where you're taking it. I don't understand when you say you're not Afrobeats artists. Sometimes you guys.
I mean, lately they've been
it confuses
deviating.
me. But that's neither here nor there. I just think what Nigeria has done in representing us as a people is beautiful.
Amazing.
And I want to be part of it.
Amazing.
What's your number one song right now in Nigeria?
My number one song right now in Nigeria is Sheba Lasho, Inamadna, Benababa seduce you with passion. Jennifer, Nanina, Fumi Lasho, Awusu be like no more fornication, and never Gamena Fireboy every day.
That's
my
amazing.
jam.
That's amazing.
That's my
You
jam.
sound it better than her.
Do you, Maybe that's your comeback.
No.
Is that your comeback?
No.
No, Wahala. Thank you so much. You can
Appreciate
follow
you guys,
his
man.
journey on social media at Bien something soul.
Bien-Aime Soul.
Yeah.
Bien-Aimesol.
All right.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out the music, it's on every streaming platform, right?
Every streaming platform, man. Follow me on Spotify, Apple, everywhere. Boomplay, name it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bien, for coming through.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right.
See you soon.
All right. Let's